So that wasn't the end of your. You did do some more modeling though.
In
For that.
between, no, in between that time
Uh
that
huh.
it happened with Essence, no, I had been working left and right,
Oh wow.
all up until that particular moment. So I had a good 2 years underneath my belt. I
Mhm.
had the Italian Vogue
Mhm.
coming out. I also had my first contract with Clairol as on a hair color box.
Mhm.
And then I had another contract with Ultra Sheen Cosmetics. And then I had another contract with Avon Skincare. So I had 3 contracts underneath my belt before
Mhm.
I went to Paris.
Wow, that's
Okay.
exciting though that you were still working and you still
Yeah,
had
I was
you had
working.
contracts like that's a big deal.
I know, at that time I didn't realize the status of it
Uh huh.
because, being new to it. So I was being told that they were going to do this big promotion and push and push and push. And I
Mhm.
started working, and I was working left and right, doing catalog work, moving on, moving on, moving on.
Mhm.
Essence kept booking me left and right. And then that's when it all came
Mhm.
down.
Do you think that if that never happened, that you would have been the first black woman on the cover of American Vogue?
Not American Vogue, but definitely on the cover of Essence magazine.
Okay.
But
Because I know Beverly Johnson.
Beverly Johnson was a,
And
and that's the one that,
you both kind of have similar on looks.
that's why I worked so much because
Uh-huh.
they thought that I was a younger version of Beverly.
Wow.
So, every girl at that time looked like the last reigning queen.
Mhm.
So I favored Beverly, and they thought I looked like a younger version of her. So they were booking me left and right.
Wow. What would you like to tell young female figures who are interested in modeling?
I would like to tell them to bite the bullet, get rid of the fear, and just go and find an agency. All they need is a Polaroid picture of you, and you just go in. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Mm-hmm.
If one tells you no, you go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not have to pay to join an agency.
Mm-mm.
You do not pay.
Tell me about your early days in the ballroom scene. Like, how did that start? And how do you even find out about it?
Well, being in New Jersey, it came across as there was this affair in Harlem that we should go to. It was like, I was young, I was naive, and so I just went on over with, girls, and then I hadn't quite developed my look yet.
Mhm.
So I would just go and watch, and then I was amazed because I was amazed about all the beauties that I was seeing when I got to to the ball scene, because back then it was more of the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's more of the boys. And to watch all of those girls go up there, and I was like, just, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. So it was very exciting to me. And then so I started going more and more and more. And one day, the group of people that I went with just literally pushed me out on the runway. And so I just started,
Uh-huh.
to do my thing. And they asked me my name, and I told them that my name was Tracy, and I'm from New Jersey. And that became my name, Tracy from New Jersey.
Mhm.
Sometimes it was that black bitch from New Jersey, Miss Tracy.
Uh-huh.
They would say that sometime too.
And do you remember what was your first ball? The one that you went to in Harlem?
The first
Like who was the
ball,
host or
the
house?
first ball, yes, the first ball that I went to was Paris Dupree.
Uh-huh.
That was his first ball, and I think I was at the Elks Lounge.
Mm-hmm. What were balls like in those days for you? Like when I know you kind of said with all the beauties in there and all that. Do you think that sort of helped you a little bit with your modeling as well?
Oh, definitely.
And the confidence?
Definitely, because I used the runway as practice for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this was before my modeling days.
Okay.
So it just helped me hone my look. So, and how to walk.
Okay. Yeah, because in the scene even today, a lot of the young people and the ballroom scene, they are like part-time models, and so I think they learn their craft in the scene and they sort of take it to the real world.
Which should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, because you can use the ballroom as a practice for
Yeah.
you, and then that way you know what you're doing when you get out on the runway.
Right. So, since the early 1980s, we have lost hundreds of members of our communities to AIDS and HIV. What was that era like for you? Like, there are a lot of kids that don't know what we went through in the 80s. what was that like?
When
Experiencing that.
when the term AIDS or gay disease came out, I was living in Paris, so I was just getting bits and pieces of it at that time. I didn't realize how scary it was until I moved back here to New York and then realized what was going on.
Wow.
So and we did lose a lot of friends and family members.
And I know that you did some early work with GMAC, doing some prevention videos with the House of Africa and Extravaganza. Tell us a little bit about that project and why you wanted to do that project.
Someone gave me a call and wanted me to be involved in the infomercial. And so I said, sure, why not? Because the House of Africa was definitely involved in promoting through the neighborhood safe sex. So I did, and when I got there, they was asking me, could I vote? And I told no. But I can do some modeling, and then it was, I think, two of the dancers from the House of Extravaganza, they were behind me, and they were doing the voguing. I was just doing the modeling.
So Tracy, tell us a little bit about how the House of Africa started in the early days.
Okay. When I first met the people from House of Africa, came back to the ball scene, and my first ball that I was attending was Avis Pendavis. So I met them there. They invited me to a meeting. I came in on a meeting, and basically they were just a group of people. They were all really tight-knit friends, and they decided to go and adventure. They heard about ballroom, so they decided to make up a house. So they had me as a member.
And they made you mother too, or?
Yes, later on they made me mother, and then they made Eddie father.
I remember Eddie.
Yes, me too.
And Avis is my mother,
Really?
So, yeah.
Great.
She was my mommy. She's the one that brought me into the scene.
The first time I saw Avis was at the Jukebox Review.
Uh-huh.
That's the first time I saw her.
She was performing, right?
Yes,
she used to do the shows.
She used to do the strip number.
She actually showed me some clips because for some reason some of the photos were published, and she used to take pride in showing us her her early days and dancing.
She should. She was fabulous.
Oh, I know.
Loved it.
Yeah, I loved her, and I miss her so much.
Yes, me too.
And one thing that I always wonder is that why don't we see you at balls anymore? Like, I know you come out once in a while, and everybody stands up and screams, Tracy.
I know, that's so nerve-wracking for me.
I know you're very private, but there's a lot of new generation of kids out there that I think if they see you and see how beautiful you are and how, exciting, that it would be a wonder, like, what?
Well, I just come out every now and then to let people know that I'm still around. But I really, really seriously have no business walking up and down the runway at 58 years old.
Wow, that's a blessing.
I should not be competing against a teenager or a 25-year-old for anything. So that's why. Normally I would like to come and just, just spectate, or maybe judge if I decide to, want to judge something. But basically, every blue moon. It's every blue moon.
And thank you. You judged the ball that I had at NYU. You came with Jamal.
Okay.
So, and I remember I took a picture of you and Jamal, and I still have that photo.
Oh, okay.
And what is Tracy Africa doing today? Like, what's next for you?
Well, my next project is that I'm trying to get off my own home decorating business. I'm very involved in home decorating. I've done private parties and birthdays so far. But because of the recession, it's hard to get funding. So it's pushing my timetable back. But that's my next goal. I want to be a home decorator.
And what's one message Tracy Africa would like to leave the young people and the future ballroom kids and the future models of tomorrow?
As far as the ballroom is concerned, ladies, it's always nice to act like a lady. And like I said before, there's always another ball if you don't win this one. There's always another one.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this was an honor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.